All right, here's the story of my 71 Boston Whaler 16.7 that I picked up. The story goes is that I saw this on Marketplace and I talked with him a little bit, and it was really too good of a deal to pass up, so I had to get it. It was parked with issues, which led to it to have a better price. It had soft spots all over the deck. The engine was parked when it started running hot on one side of the head, and the trim and tilt didn't work. So he just parked it up and let it sit for a number of years, and so he was able to sell it to me. And here's my story. Here's my little journey of fixing it up. As you'll see, I'm not going to say it's a restoration video because it's not. I just wanted to fix it to get it ready for the summer. And so not all the repairs are tip-top, but it got it out on the water, and here's the story of it. So if you notice in the Marketplace listing, it has a T-top on it, and for my drive home, it's not. It's strapped down onto the boat. That's because when we were leaving this guy's driveway, we had it strapped down on the top, but it still caught a gust of wind and just flew off. And luckily, it was just in his driveway, but that was an interesting experience. So we just strapped it down onto there. That's how rotted out the deck was. And we were on our way. But that was an interesting way to start our 6-hour journey home. Alright, so checking the compression on the last one. All the rest are reading about 110. We've got like a lady's bug nest going on in here for some reason. I don't know. I'll tell him to leave. Got Will helping out. Alright, let's see what this last one's got, Will. Got 110 as well, 105. Sweet. This motor should be good. We should be healthy. We'll see. Cleaning her up tomorrow a little bit. Sweet. Alright, we just ran her. Check to see it goes in gear, so we're gonna see the level and the quality of this fluid. Hopefully it's not too gross. I know, I wanna see how much is in it though. See if it even comes out the top. Here, hold this for a second. Oh, rip. Alright, we'll just check the bottom. Gonna have to, oof. These are kind of smoked, might have to get a bigger screwdriver. Oof.
Bruh.
Here, you pause it. So it's raining right now, so we're not gonna pressure wash the boat, but we're gonna see how the lower unit oil looks. Let's take a look. Oh. Not super awesome. We'll change it and see how it is. It's been sitting for a few years, so it doesn't look too horrible. We'll change it and then I'll give it a double check later on. Started right up. Ladybug exodus. It's not happening. That was a bit straight. There's no water coming out, so we're gonna have to get a water pump. But took off this main cover, but yeah, it's kind of gross. I'll clean her all up, but she runs pretty good. So doing a little troubleshooting here at night. The trim and tilt wasn't going down earlier, so I was trying to jump the power wire. I thought it was the switch was bad, so I was just like, all right, let's just bypass that and hook up the power to this. And so this is for going down, and then this one's for going up. And now it will not go down, but it will go, let's see, it will go up. And what was going on with this is that I pulled off this little cover here. One of these relays is bad, so the actual, another ladybug, the actual down one, or the up one was bad earlier, and so I switched it around, and now it'll go up but not down. And before it was going down, not up, so I just need to get another one of those relays. The switch is actually fine, so that's good to know. Gonna order a new one of them relays and we'll be good to go. I removed all this unnecessary wiring that was not working. So now it's a little bit more cleaned up in there. Get rid of those down there, but now all we have is a throttle, attack, and this like buoyancy sensor or whatever. Let's see. Yeah. Alrighty, so the new relays are in, and I'm about to solder in the new switch, and we should have working trim and tilt. It's gonna be fantastic. All right, so the new switch is all soldered up. Don't make fun of my soldering job. I didn't have enough extension cable, so I just grabbed the solder and the iron and just kind of went with it. So we had limited time and heat, but it's all good, and it, see here, works perfectly now. We're good to go. Oh yeah. Gonna finish the shrink wrap and put it on the throttle and we'll be good to go. All right, the next project that we're working on is filling these holes with some 5200. Now some people may, you know, think there's better things to do, marine techs, pull the deck, buy a new boat, but you know, anything's better than a hole in your boat. So we're gonna see how this goes, and then if there needs to be a better solution, that's what we'll do. But first off, we're gonna start with these guys. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm gonna do is coring out all this wet, gross foam until I feel non-wet foam, and then I'm gonna fill it with this foam, then 5200 on top, and we'll see how it goes. I may be the first person ever to do this technique, but I will say my 5200 patches up here are holding up pretty good, and they're getting solid, so I mean, we can try. All right, I've cored and vacuumed it out to pretty much dry foam. It's not perfect, but for my purposes, it'll do. So let's throw some spray foam in there. All right, so the foam has dried and it is expanded. And I'm actually kind of surprised. It's done a pretty good job, and it's a little bit firmer than I thought. So I think it's gonna be a pretty good base for where the sealant goes. The spots that were actually soft have gotten a little bit harder. Honestly, yeah, I think this is gonna work pretty good. This might have to be a new tactic. The only thing is it got all over my hands and it's impossible to get off. I literally cannot get it off with anything. I've literally even tried gasoline, but you know, that's another project. It'll be fine. But yeah, oh shit, this expanded a lot. Perfect, I think. Oh yeah, that's gonna be solid. Sweet. I'm excited. I'll put some more sealant on there in the morning, then I'll update. All right, we got this pretty much flat, so I'm gonna throw on some 5200 and we'll see how it does. All right, finally removing this big, ugly, just 90-degree square. Honestly, I have no clue what this could be. I'm thinking like some homemade downrigger setup, but if you guys have any better thoughts, let me know. Look at all this gross like salt buildup. Yuck. Ooh, it's pretty gross too. Weight reduction. I just rebuilt the carbs. They're ready to be put on, but I'm gonna wait until I've got a fuel tank and all that set up. Gonna do the fuel pump. But first I'm gonna do the thermostat. So we're gonna take off this crusty thing. I already took off the hoses, but this bank of cylinders is getting a little bit hotter than this side, so I'm hoping it's not the water diverter or a warped head. I doubt it. I think it's just the thermostat sticking because it's super crusty down here. I'm gonna try that first, and as you can see, I've already started one hole. It's really hard to get this thing out of here. These are really hard. These bolts are pretty bad access, so people say to either, did some research, people said to either cut this whole thing out and then put it back in, or just do the holes. And I thought it'd be better to do the holes and just put some little like plugs or something in there. So we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, I got a new flip seat, so that's pretty awesome. It's starting to look more like a boat. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so the drilling technique worked flawlessly. Threw a little heat on there and a little bit of oil somewhere, and came right out, no problems. Right now I'm trying to loosen this guy, but it's pretty stuck. It's like in that threshold right between feeling it snap and it backing out. So I'm gonna throw some penetrating oil on there. Look at this breaker bar. Whew. And some heat, and I'll update y'all, see if I can get that bad boy out of there. Good and bad news. Good news is that thermostat was not gonna open. This one was, I believe, stuck open. That one was stuck closed. That was the head that was getting hot. That was the hit it. Yep. Nice shot. That was the head that was getting hot. This is the head that was staying cool. So that would explain it. Hopefully that fixes it. I'm pretty sure that is. Bad news. That bolt did break off, but it might be enough to snag it out of there. Not again. Where did he hit? Where is it? Somewhere in the woods. So I'll update y'all if I can get that bolt out of there. All right, the big test is happening tonight. As you'll notice, I have only two bolts in there for the thermostat. I'm hoping that it doesn't leak. If it does, then oh well, it's an older motor. We'll see. That I broke like 3 drill bits in that aluminum plate, and I just could not drill it out to try and tap it. I broke a thread extractor in there. It was just a nightmare, and it got all mangled up, so I'm gonna see if I can just run 2. If not, then I'll take it to a machine shop. But you know, it is what it is. I'm about to throw this really cool new old stock fuel pump on there. Took the old one off just as maintenance. This is a good deal, and I'll have that as a backup. Look at that packaging. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, bolt up the carbs, and we'll see how she runs and see how the water does. I'll update y'all when I get it running. Right, we got in the bucket. And it's missing that one bolt, but it's not leaking. Oh yeah, you see that right. Maiden voyage today. She's hooked up to the truck. Oh yeah, got that cooler seat. New gas tank, probably from like the 70s or something like that, but works great. Got this all set up. It's like a 19-gallon tank, pretty awesome. It's got new fuel line, going to a fuel water separator, going to the engine. New battery, it's running great. Cannot wait to test it. Oh yeah. Pretty much this is how she sits now. Still needs a coat of paint. But I got the new speakers installed. Got the new head unit. It's looking great. It's an awesome boat. It's been a great boat for the spring and the summer. And it still starts up just instantly. Stevie! Steve, what do you think? Steve approves. Center boy.
Shout out.
Woo!